Technology offers a whole new temptation for couples. If you see your spouse's cell phone, is it okay to look at text messages?
And what about their email? It's time to sort out the new digital rules of relationships with Dr. Logan Lefkoff, who's author of the book, How to Get Your Wife to Have Sex With You, and relationship counselor Ian Kerner, as we play a little He Said, She Said this morning. Good to have you both here this morning.
Thank you.
So, is it ever okay to snoop?
I think it is okay to snoop. You know, in my professional experience, at least 75% of people who are suspicious about their partner's email habits or internet use end up snooping, and their worst suspicions are often confirmed. So I think with the internet altering the landscape of infidelity, I think you almost have a responsibility to snoop on your partner.
Oh my goodness, Ian.
A responsibility.
Oh my goodness,
I think
no.
you can nip things in the bud.
Snooping is absolutely detestable. I mean, it shows a total lack of trust and a lack of respect, I think, for your partner. And it's a mark of this insecurity that you know, marks an unhealthy relationship. I mean, if we had good relationships, we could talk about our suspicions and not have to...
I just want to say that if you are in a trusting relationship with somebody that you love, you should have nothing to hide. And the internet, it should be like a telephone in the middle of your living room. You can pick it up at any time and say, hey, with your wife in the room.
But how are you being trusting with them if you're snooping at,
Well,
if you're looking at their messages?
You're right. You're
agree.
absolutely not. I mean, everyone is entitled to have a little bit of privacy, and once you make the assumption that your partner is hiding something, then your relationship is going down a very bad path.
Well, a lot of people, though, are doing this. So there's this survey that came out over the summer. 33%, so basically a third of the people say, yes, I have checked either the email or the messages, I've checked the phone. And when you break it down by sex, when people are dating,
These are interesting.
Here are the numbers when they're dating. 30% of men do it when they're in a dating relationship, 35% of women. So, I mean, you know, you sort of factor it in. It's almost equal.
Well, look how much people lie when they date, and how they lie online, and especially with online dating, they put up false things on their profiles.
Wait a minute.
Are you saying they don't really look like their picture? Do they ever?
So I think there are some legitimate reasons for sometimes wanting to get at the authenticity of a person when you're dating them.
It's not a surprise that both men and women, I think, far more equally are insecure and nervous about what their partners are doing online. But if we just acknowledge that we had suspicions and actually said to our partner, listen, honey, I love you, and I really don't ever want you to think that I don't trust you, but I'm having these feelings. Can you confirm or deny them? But we don't do that. We don't operate on instinct. We snoop.
No, and so we go down that slippery slope of engaging in behaviors that are secretive, and that's my problem. It's not often what people are doing; it's that they're creating an atmosphere of secrecy around their internet usage and around their texting.
So how successful is it? Successful snooping. Some other interesting numbers. I thought these were very interesting. The survey found that 10% of dating couples discovered infidelities, while only 3% of married group discovered infidelities.
It certainly doesn't yield the success that you would think from snooping.
So here's the question then, because we're talking about trusting relationships, and obviously a little difference of opinion, which makes this
Just a little.
But should you then trust your spouse or your partner enough to share all your passwords
Absolutely.
with them?
I leave my email open all the time. My wife can bore herself to death anytime she wants to go through my email. And I think we have a loving, trusting relationship where we don't need to be suspicious of each other. But the point is, she can pick up my cell phone, she can listen to my voicemails,
I'm a tell-all kind of girl, but really, I don't want to know my husband's passwords, and he doesn't really want to know mine either. We respect each other's privacy.
I would just like it if my wife remembered every day I'm buying something on Amazon. What's the password again? Like, honey, write it down.
No, then you want her to forget.
Wait, I was going to say, maybe she'd be like, oh, Nick, I don't know. I don't know.
Thanks, guys. Good stuff. Dr. Logan Lefkoff and Ian Kerner. Enjoyable debate.
Always.